Buenos dias, hola amigos. Welcome to Spanish Festival this year. So for today's craft, you're going to be doing a Mexican Amate bark painting picture. So Amate bark painting comes from Mexico, and it was a folk type of art where they used to take actual bark and paint pictures of nature, lots of birds and flowers and hunting and fishing scenes. So let me get started so you have more art time. This is probably, this is my finished product. So I'll take you step by step to show you what you're gonna do. So the first step is to take your paper. And so, a couple of hundred years ago, they didn't have paper cutters. So bark, is uneven and rough. So the first thing you're gonna do, if you want, not everybody likes to tear paper, but very gently, I am just going to kind of like make little ridges and tears down the side of my paper. Doesn't have to be even. Again, if you want to skip this part and keep your paper intact, you don't have to. But that's what I would do all around my paper to get those little ridges or rough edges. Okay, so you would do that all around your paper like I did around this one. And so the next step you're going to do, and this is the most fun step that there is you're going to take your paper, and again, to get that rough edges and that rough look in it, to make it look like bark, you're going to crumple it up, and that's the fun part. So you're going to crumple your paper. The only thing I'm going to tell you is you only get one piece, so you're going to gently uncrumple your paper as gently as you can. Okay, if you wanted a little more crumply, you can make some more crinkles in it, however you want. You're going to smooth it out. Today, in order to make your animal pictures or your nature scene, you can really hand draw it. You can imagine a scene in your head and do whatever you want, but you have some stencils also to use. We have lizards and birds and things. I chose a bird stencil. So once you have your paper all cut out, you're gonna take, all ripped up, crumpled up, you're gonna take a stencil, or you're gonna draw your own scene. So you would trace around the stencil, holding it down, trace, 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 pick up your stencil, and here's your picture. Next step after that, you take your picture and take your black marker and go over all of your stenciled lines. So you have everything outlined in black. It makes your picture kind of pop. And once you have that done, you can take your crayons. Now you can choose to use markers if you want. I really like using crayons, but it's totally your picture, totally your choice. I took crayons. You can do shading. You can use your finger and smear a little bit. So you can really kind of do a lot with the techniques that you learned in your art classes. And then you'll have your picture. Kind of remember that once you're done with your stencil, you want to add the nature parts to it. Lots of leaves and flowers and streams and rocks and anything you can really think of to put in there. Sun, the moon are also very popular themes in Mexican paintings. I hope you have a great time today. Adios!